you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-471-9773. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-471-9773. 800-471-9773. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-471-9773 or biglou.com. That's 800-471-9773 or biglou.com.
Cars for Kids, the easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today, and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Donate now at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K.
73 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. AccuWeather says cloudy tonight, some showers and a thunderstorm approaching late, low 61. More details in 2 minutes. I'm Lane Bajardi, WINS News Time, 8:30.
Good evening, I'm Mario Bosques. Sean Diddy Combs is no longer the only big name in the courtroom. Well, in a room nearby, anyway, is what it turned out to be.
Kanye West came to court to support his friend Sean Diddy Combs, but he didn't stay long.
So he was wearing an all-white outfit, and then he jumped into a Mercedes Maybach.
That's YouTube podcaster Lovely T, who described the scene as people chased him down the street when he approached the building.
I'm thinking he might have came here to see what else was potentially being said.
During cross-examination of former Diddy girlfriend Jane, a prominent rapper was referenced. When the witness explained she attended a birthday party where guests watched as an escort she knew had sex with a woman at a Las Vegas hotel. Juliet Papa, 1010 WINS on 92.3 FM.
Ye's appearance, as he's known at the courthouse, came a day after the woman identified in court only by the pseudonym Jane finished 6 days of testimony. WINS News Time 8:31, traffic and transit now with Kelly Dillon.
We have bumper-to-bumper delays in Queens tonight from the Van Wyck both ways heading into Hillside Ave. Also crowded on the eastbound LIE through Queens. From about the BQE through the Clearview, still a crowded ride tonight. The BQE is stop and go each way as you make your way into Atlantic Ave in Brooklyn. Not too bad in Midtown. The West Side Highway and the FDR looking okay. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Getting to the outbound George, about a 20-minute backup for the upper levels. Still inbound, we're letting tonight's oversized vehicles across, so about a 10 to 15-minute wait for the next few minutes. Lower levels each way better. Not too bad at the Lincoln or Holland. It's still quite crowded across the Brooklyn-bound Brooklyn Bridge. Delays continue on the Queens-bound RFK and Whitestone bridges, and the Throxneck Bridge, delays have eased out, so that is the best option right now. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes and breaking traffic alerts when they happen. I'm Dillon, 1010 WINS and 92.3 FM.
On to the AccuWeather 4-day and Father's Day forecast with meteorologist Matt Vance.
Turning out cloudy for tonight, perhaps a shower around early, but a better chance for showers and thunderstorms will approach the tri-state late tonight with a low 61. Tomorrow, a cool and damp day, plenty of clouds, occasional rain and drizzle with a high of just 67. Still damp for tomorrow night, some drizzle and at times a shower, low 59. Father's Day Sunday, still cool for mid-June and still on the damp side with some drizzle or a shower or two around, especially from the city on south with a high of 67. More bits of rain and drizzle for Monday with a high of 69. AccuWeather meteorologist Matt Benz on New York's weather station, 1010 WINS on 92.3 FM.
Known as the son of Harlem, an emotional goodbye to a longtime New York Congressman Charles Rangel.
And even in the end, hundreds in his pride gathered for the Lion of Lenox. Some personal, like Congresswoman Maxine Waters.
We got to be very good friends.
Others, like Eddie, just admired his work.
Well, I have always liked him, and I thought he was good for New York City. I have seen him in person so many times, shook hands with him, and I was very sorry to hear that he was deceased.
A war hero, long-serving member of the U.S. House, and a founder of the Black Caucus, all Charles Rangel knew was a life of service. And as he's laid to rest from the support alone, we see his legacy was not in vain.
Amanda Alexander, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM at St. Patrick's Cathedral.
Charles Rangel was 94. ICE blocked at Rikers as the state Supreme Court judge in the case extends the order stopping cooperation with immigrations and customs enforcement, including an ICE office on Rikers Island. This after a court hearing today. Judge Mary Rosado putting off a decision until after the formal hearing. No date for that has been set. At issue, an executive order signed by the first Deputy Mayor Randy Mastro in April, allowing ICE, possibly other federal agencies, to work out of an office at Rikers. City Council Speaker Adrian Adams put out a statement reading in part the court decision to grant a preliminary injunctions against, as she put it, Mayor Adams' illegal executive order represents another victory to protect public safety. A military presence in the City of Angels after legal twists and turns and some more turns.
The first 200 of 700 U.S. Marines hitting the streets of Los Angeles, joining the 4,100 National Guard troops called up by President Trump. Last night, a U.S. district judge ruling President Trump illegally deployed those National Guard troops. The judge ordering Trump to return command of the Guardsmen to California Governor Gavin Newsom.
So that there's no invasion, there's no rebellion. It's absurd.
But then only a few hours later, a federal appeals court putting that order on hold after a late-night appeal from the Trump administration, ruling President Trump can keep the California National Guard deployed for now.
Alex Stone with the story. Military officials say none of the troops will be detaining anyone. The two flight data recorders in the Air India plane crash have now been located, are expected to shed light on why that Boeing Dreamliner plowed into a medical school shortly after takeoff yesterday from Ahmedabad to London. 241 people on board died, several people on the ground, apparently one survivor.
Miraculously, a sole survivor, seated in 11A, an emergency row seat. Astonishingly, walking away from the crash. Vishwash Kumar Ramesh remains hospitalized. His family, meanwhile, beyond grateful.
He video called my dad. As he crashed, he said, our plane's crashed. I don't know how I'm alive, how I exited the plane.
Although Ramesh was seated in that emergency row seat, experts say there's no safest seat on passenger planes.
And that report from James Longman. Jury deliberations today in the Boston murder trial of Karen Reed, accused of running over her police officer boyfriend, John O'Keefe, nearly 3 years ago.
There was no collision. There was no collision. There was no collision.
Defense attorney Alan Jackson says O'Keefe's death involves a fellow officer, and this is a cover-up.
Show me some blood, then we'll talk. They can't, and they won't, because it doesn't exist. That SUV never hit John.
Special prosecutor Hank Brennan says John O'Keefe was a good man who helped people.
She was drunk. She hit him, and she left him to die.
This is Reed's second trial. The first one last year ended in a mistrial due to a hung jury. I'm Ed Donahue.
We ask parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Feel like everything's clouded by doubt? Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Our psychics are available to talk 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Wins News Time 8:38. 1010 Wins Entertainment. David Bowie and Mick Jagger's 1985 single Dancing in the Street is being reissued on white vinyl for its 40th anniversary.
assembled the nation's best Lego builders to compete for $100,000 and the Lego Masters title.
Nick Cannon in, but Will Arnett out as host of the Fox competition series Lego Masters. The series heading into season number 6.
Entertainment on 1010 Wins is sponsored by Shulman & Hill, New York's injury lawyers.
Go to hurtny.com.
That's hurtny.com.
Do you have an immigration question? Download the free immigrationquestion.com app available on Apple and Android. Go to immigrationquestion.com and have your questions answered from seasoned immigration attorneys of your choice. Registration for attorneys and the public are free. This is a limited time offer. Go to immigrationquestion.com, the easy way to get your immigration question answered. That's immigrationquestion.com. Go to immigrationquestion.com, the easy way to get your immigration question answered. Immigrationquestion.com is an interactive site between attorneys and the public. It's not a law firm or connected with the USCIS. Go to immigrationquestion.com. That's immigrationquestion.com, the easy way to get your immigration question answered. Go to immigrationquestion.com. That's immigrationquestion.com.
From the heartbeat of Harlem to the energy of Washington Heights, we are New York's all-new station.
The News Watch never stops. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good evening. Overcast, 71 degrees at 8:40. I'm Mario Bosquez. Here's what's happening. Full-out exchange of weapons fire between Israel and Iran. Israel says they want to wipe out what they're calling a growing nuclear threat. Here in the city, police officials increasing security presence at Jewish and Israeli sites. Thousands planning to take to the streets around the nation, including here tomorrow, to protest the Trump administration's immigration actions. Federal authorities say they will continue to detain Columbia University grad student Mahmoud Khalil. Shocking golfers looking up into the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's a shark falling from the sky. AccuWeather. Showers, thunder showers possible into the overnight hours. Overnight low, 61 degrees. It was time 8:41. Traffic and transit now with Kelly Dillon.
We do have bumper-to-bumper delays in the BQE in Brooklyn tonight, both ways into Atlantic Avenue. Also westbound, actually both ways, still a bit slow into the Kosciuszko Bridge in Queens. Also in Queens, the eastbound LIE moving slowly from Woodhaven to the Clearview. The Van Wyck Expressway, still a crowded ride each way into Hillside Ave. Some delays on the southbound Cross Island, heading into the LIE. That's picking up a bit. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3 in Nassau tonight. Nice and quiet on the LIE, the northern and the southern state parkways. In Midtown, moving fine now on the West Side Highway and the FDR Drive. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Getting to the outbound George is about a 20-minute wait for the upper deck, and inbound it is nice and quiet. Not too bad either way now at the Lincoln or Holland. It's still slow across the Brooklyn-bound Brooklyn Bridge. Delays continue on the Queens-bound RFK and Whitestone bridges. The Throgs Neck Bridge is the best option out of the 3 right now. I'm Dillon. Our next report at 8:51. 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
A full-out exchange of weapons fire between Israel and Iran. Israel says they want to wipe out what they're calling a growing nuclear threat. This as Iran and Israel say a new wave of Iranian missile attacks has begun, with explosions heard over Jerusalem.
Explosions flared in the sky over Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Some missiles reached the ground. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, said, "God willing, we will act powerfully. We will not show any leniency. Their lives will become bitter, no doubt. They shouldn't think they hit and it's over. No, they started this and waged a war." Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed the people of Iran, saying the Islamic regime that has oppressed them for nearly 50 years is threatening to destroy his country. Their goal is to remove the nuclear threat.
And as we achieve our objectives, we're also clearing the path for you to achieve your objective. which is freedom.
Among the key sites attacked was Iran's main nuclear enrichment facility. I'm Ed Donahue.
Israel's paramedic services saying 34 people wounded in the barrage in the Tel Aviv area, including a woman who was critically injured after being trapped under rubble. A U.S. official speaking on the condition of anonymity said U.S. ground-based air defense systems are assisting in shooting down missiles from Iran. The president today urging Iran to quickly reach an agreement on curbing the nuclear program as Israel vowed to continue the bombardment of the country. Here in the city, stepping up security at Jewish and Israeli sites as a precaution. Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch.
We are deploying additional resources to a wide range of religious, cultural, and diplomatic institutions across the city. Our intelligence team working shoulder to shoulder with